The left brands itself as the political force that wants to spread kindness and love into the world, even sometimes wanting to restrict speech out of a stated motivation of respect. But is the left as kind as they claim? During the Trump era, the aggressive tone of political rhetoric drastically escalated. In fairness, at least partially as a result of Trump's famed name-calling. But the left, claiming payback, escalated the aggression to levels that previously seemed unimaginable. And if not corrected, that aggression could severely endanger our nation for decades to come. For example, in response to President Trump's Twitter announcement that he had tested positive for COVID-19, there was a flood of tweets telling the president to drink bleach and/or die, and they weren't limited to the cultural fringe. They came from mainstream voices on the left. An Emmy Award-winning director wrote, "I hope Trump's diagnosis makes him suffer and die." Comedy writer and producer Alex Blagg said, "Just a quick note of support for Hope Hicks and President Trump. I hope they both die." From comedian and TV writer Lisa Curry, "I hope he suffers through this and dies as he's losing on election day." A CNET staffer tweeted, "I don't feel bad about hoping he dies because I've been hoping that since 2015. A writer for the New York Times, The Hollywood Reporter, and The Wrap wrote, "For once, I'm rooting for the virus." And these sentiments have infected the left-wing political class as well. A self-described civil rights activist who has served on the City of Columbia, Missouri's Commission on Human Rights and has written for Newsweek and other publications wrote, "I'm not one to laugh at other people suffering, but ha 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 ha, burn in hell." A senior fellow at Civic Ventures, a group dedicated to building social change, said, "But seriously, I hope he dies." A candidate for Congress in California's 39th district replied to another tweet with, "I hope they both die." A former Elizabeth Warren staffer wrote, "All jokes aside, I hope the president injects himself with bleach." Perhaps the most politically significant person to wish Trump death was Zara Rahim, who was digital content director for the Obama campaign, then worked in the Office of Digital Strategy during the Obama administration, and then served as the national spokeswoman for Hillary for America. She tweeted, "It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he dies." Kurt Bardella, a senior advisor to the Lincoln Project and regular cable news guest, tweeted, "Anyone who doesn't wear a mask deserves to get COVID-19. And Hassan Pickar, a popular political commentator and former member of the Young Turks, wrote, "I think the only thing cooler than Trump getting COVID after downplaying it and killing 200,000 plus Americans is watching all the sick conservatives cry about how mean the left is." Criticizing political opponents is one thing. Wishing them death is quite another. Political debate is necessary to spur positive change. For example, there was never anything wrong with legitimate disagreements over the Trump administration's COVID response. But is opposing economically devastating lockdowns evil and worthy of death? Might it be the case that there are other interests at play that could lead reasonable people to different political views? How can groups who want each other dead even live in the same nation together? And we need to. It's easy to treat your friends well, but one's moral character is better judged by how they treat their enemies. The US system of government was designed to replace war with peaceful political debate. If enough people wish violent harm upon those they oppose, understand that risks overturning our peaceful system, sending us down a spiral that could end in civil war. Perhaps the message to love your enemies is worth remembering. I'm Klein. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.